These are the most common questions they have about the driving test in the UK. So number one, how many lessons do I need? How many lessons do I need before I could go to the driving test? Now that will depend on you, the kind of person you are. Are you a theorist? Are you a practical person? How well you learn when it comes to learning? Are you quite a quick learner? Are you a slow learner? All those things will depend on the way you are, the person you are. But according to the VSA, they do give a guideline, which is they do say that an average person, they need 47 hours of driving lessons with a driving instructor, as well as 20 hours with family members and friends. So this is a guideline given by the VSA, 47 hours of driving lessons with a driving instructor, also 20 hours with friends and family. This is a guideline, but I say it will depend on you. How prepared are you for this? Don't take this lightly. When you come in to learn to drive, make sure you come fully, make sure you are okay financially, make sure you have the time to do it. Don't just put this secondary and everything else is important for you. And what I mean by that is when you come to a driving lesson, make sure you come in with no baggage in your mind. Many learners, they just put that secondary. They just come in and they've got a lot in their mind, studying, work, family. These are the problem they have. And every lesson they come, they're not putting full focus in driving. If you really want to pass first time or quickly, you want to make sure that you make this an important part of your life. You make this a mission. Do your homework. Come in with fresh mind. Any problem you have, leave it outside. This way, it will cost you less in time and money. So always be prepared. Don't just come in and then just keep going having lessons without putting this importance, without making this driving course as an important thing in your life. So come in with full concentration, do your homework. When you find it difficult, you keep pushing yourself until you learn. Hi, if you are learning to drive or you are training to become a driving instructor, we have an online course for you. So if you're a learner, we have an online course for you for manual and automatic. And if you're training to become a driving instructor, we have an online course for you for your ADI Part 2 and ADI Part 3. Please check the description for the links of the courses. Have a look and have a read. If you like it, you could always join the course. Number two, how long is the driving test in the UK? The driving test in the UK around 40 minutes. So it will last around 38 to 40 minutes. And in that 40 minutes, you will do 20 minutes of independent driving and you will have to do one parking or maneuver. Also, you might do one emergency stop. Next, does it matter what time of the day I take my driving test? Also, the area doesn't matter, the location. Now, for me, I always advise don't take too early test. The reason I say that is because if you book your test too early, then it doesn't allow you to sleep the night before. Why? Because you are thinking, what if I don't wake up? I'm going to miss my test. Because of that thought, it doesn't allow you to sleep. Also, you need to do some driving lesson before your test. So you need to wake up even more earlier if your driving test is early. That's my theory. That's my advice. You don't have to take my advice. We all have different opinions, a different way of thinking. I'm just saying early morning can be a problem for you to have a good sleep. Also, you need driving lesson before your driving test, which means you have to wake up even more earlier. Also, early morning is always rush hour. And this is why I say it's best to avoid early mornings. Best is midday, but then that's only my advice. You choose what is best for you. Regards to the area, I say that the test center you choose to take your driving test, make sure you have enough practice within the area. This will help you to understand the area, know the area. It always helps you if you know what's coming around the corner. You get the feel of the area. So having enough practice in the area of the driving test that you are taking, it will help you get to know the area. Can I learn in my own car or can I take my own car to the driving test? Yes, you can learn in your own car, and yes, you can take the driving test in your own car as long as you meet the criteria. Make sure you look up what is needed legally. So number one, you want to make sure the car is insured, taxed, MOT'd. Also, the person sitting next to you has to be over 21 and held the driving license for the last 3 years. So make sure you look up and see what the criteria is. legally you want to make sure that you are not breaking the law, but yes, you can take your own car to the driving test. Also, you could learn in your own car. Next, what document do I need to take with me to take the driving test? You just have to take your driving license, the photo card driving license with you. That will be enough. If you don't take the driving license with you, you won't be able to take the driving test. So make sure the driving license you take with you, the one you have the photo card with it. What is the criteria of passing the driving test? Now, the criteria of UK to pass the driving test is you are allowed to have 15 driving faults. So if you have 16, you will fail your driving test. Also, you can't have too many driving faults in one box. So in one problem, you couldn't have all 15. Randomly, one or two here and there, you're allowed to have 15 driving faults. And one serious or danger, you will fail your test. So 15 driving faults you're allowed, but not all in one box. You'll have to be randomly 15. Also, if you get one danger or one serious, you will fail your driving test. What happens if my driving test is cancelled? Now, if DVSA cancels your driving test because of the weather or the examiner may be ill or couldn't come and they cancel your driving test, they will book the next available for you on your behalf, and then you could either take it or you could change it if you want on another date. So if they cancel the test for any reason, they will book the next available test for you. Then it's your choice to whether to take that test or you could change it to another date. Next is, can I take someone with me on the driving test? Yes, you can. You could take your family member or friend, or even your driving instructor could go with you, but they could only go with you and sit at the back, but they can't help you in any way. They could only be with you and sit at the back of you, but they can't help you in any way. Next is, how can I overcome my nervousness when it comes to driving test? Many learners, they are nervous when it comes to driving test. So how can I overcome that? Okay, now let's talk about anxiety, the nervousness and the fear. Now the anxiety comes from fear and nervousness. Okay, so let's talk about why do you have the fear of the test? Why are you nervous? Because unless you understand, it is difficult for you to overcome the problem. Think about, why are you nervous? What is the fear that you have for the test? You need to think of that. First of all, what is the worst thing could happen? The worst thing could happen is you fail your test. That's the worst thing. So you fail. So what? So what's the big deal? It's not like the world is going to finish. It's not like someone's going to be dead. It's not like you're going behind bars if you fail. It's not a big deal. If you fail, it just means that it's delayed for you to get a license. That's what it means. Life goes on. Even if you fail, you'll go home and your life will go on as normal. So think of this way rather than have that fear. Don't make a big deal. Test is not a big deal. Don't make a big deal. If you fail, it's the end of the world. Because unless you think this way, the emotion will kick in. And because you're making a big deal, you're getting scared, you're getting nervous, and the anxiety kicks in. So you have to say or ask the question to yourself that, why am I scared? Why do I have that fear? Why am I nervous? It's not end of the world if I fail the test. So my advice to you is, don't make a big deal. Okay? If you fail, you fail. You book another test, come back and you pass. That kind of mentality will take away the pressure of you thinking about the test too much. You don't want to put yourself into a situation where you are emotionally too scared and you have that fear. And I always say to my people, it's like holding a glass too tight. If you hold a glass too tight, what's going to happen? It's going to crack, right? And if you hold it too loose, what's going to happen? It's going to fall. So you need to find the balance, the middle path. You don't want to be extreme, but you don't want to be too soft. You want to think of the test so that you're not overthink, because little caution is good. You should be little nervous. It'll make you think better. But you don't want to be overthinking about the test. Don't make a big deal about the test. Okay? Also, never give up on the day. So when you are on the test, there will be many situations where you will feel that you've done something wrong. Don't give up. Don't think that you failed. Don't be the judge of it, because you're not the judge. The examiner will judge at the end. Your job is to drive. So if you've done something wrong, take a deep breath and carry on. And at the end, you'll get the result whether you passed or you failed. So your job within the test is to drive. So just drive. Give the examiner what he's looking for, or she, and just drive. And at the end, hopefully, you will pass. So that's the best advice I will give you about overcoming the anxiety. Because always remember that your emotion cannot be controlled by somebody else. There's nothing someone else can do to control your emotion. Only you can do that. Only you can overcome that problem. So don't make a big deal in your mind and do what you've been taught to do, which is to drive, and hopefully at the end you've passed your test. So these are the most common frequently asked questions about EK driving test. Hopefully this video helps you. If it does, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos, and hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.